Hello everybody, welcome back. Charge versus the Fuel. Up next, it's going to be a tough battle. Scott, I'm going to be real with you. 100% real. Yeah. Never been more real in my life. The Dallas Fuel looking like their former selves, their former championship winning selves, the latter half of the season. And the Guangzhou Charge, yeah, they're not looking pretty right now. They've had some big roster changes, in fact, over the last couple of days.
Yeah, and you can almost take off the mask of this team and get flashes of the Chengdu Hunters that found a way back into this league as Jinmu has returned to the Guangzhou Charge. Jimmy's here, of course Jimmy's here, and this can't be understated. I need the Guangzhou Charge to win this series because then we get to interview Jimmy. I would be able to talk to Jimmy directly. So Charge, I know that you care about your season, but I care more about this.
Look, guys. Well, actually, no. You're both fighting for the right. You're both fighting the right fight, aren't you? You want Charge to win because you want to interview Jimmy, and Charge need to win. So, I mean, that's fine. That's fine. And you can say that.
And the big question that we have now, going to a more serious note, is that how does this team function with Jinmu now in this lineup, right? In the past, the Guangzhou Charge have been heavily leaning on Jimmy playing the Hunter because that's really his comfort pick. But Jinmu is also a player who's known for a lot of playing his own comfort picks. We know him for his Pharah, we know him for those kind of like wacky Genji plays as well. But neither of them are known to be a great Tracer player. And how are they going to play in potentially a Tracer Sombra meta? Or are they just going to throw that out of the window and go Chengdu zone on us and just play lots of different looks as well?
I wouldn't mind that, I'm going to be honest with you.
Play some
Pharah. A lot of, we've seen, Pharah, Hanzo, Wrecking Ball we've seen today already.
Gaga's ball is good.
Yeah, exactly. Why not? Why not? Just give us all you've got. Yeah, Choice of One and Piggy obviously not on the roster anymore. Just Farway, Xerneas, Jimmy, Gaga, and Jinmu. There you go. Dallas Fuel, reigning champions. And they have been on the up and up, Scott. They really have, despite the roster changes. And I think we've got a brief intro video as well, the Dallas Fuel, so let's take a look. There you go, Dallas Fuel, reigning champions. Of course, there's the roster. No changes here, just a solid 5. And look, they lost some, well, literal championship-winning players in the off-season. They've had not the strongest start, but this half, they're looking real good, Scott. They're currently 5-0, and they've only dropped a single map as well.
And in the spring stage, it felt like Dallas Fuel were trying to do their classic, we're not going to conform to the meta, we're going to play our own style that plays to the strengths of our team. And it just didn't work. And that's the first time it's ever not worked for this iteration of the Dallas Fuel. So coming into this stage, it feels like they've decided, hey, we're going to play more of the Winston, the Tracer, the Sombra, and conform to the meta. And they've been playing it incredibly well, which is kind of funny when you think about it, because it's kind of the moment that everyone else has been having a lot of success not conforming to the meta.
Yeah.
Sparkle.
Man, I love Sparkle.
Same, man.
One of my favorite players for sure. And yeah, it's been an interesting transition year, I think, for the Dallas Fuel. Losing Fielder, losing Chio, but hey, if you're sitting 5-0 with only 1 map loss right now, looking so good. I mean, they're already locked in. They're not locked in their place because everybody else kind of needs to hit that same level and for during these qualifiers, but I mean, they're already locked in. They're feeling pretty good with themselves, but they can easily solidify rank 1 here. Head-to-head, Farway and MCD. Stats pretty similar across the board here. Nothing crazy standing out.
And these differences, obviously, MCD has the advantage. likely because his team has just been performing much better in this stage. So Farway is no slouch by any means, but MCD and Bliss, for that matter, have been playing exceptionally well in this stage. Their Anna Brig much improved. Bliss actually got player of the match in Dallas Fuel's most recent game because he's just been able to keep MCD alive in a big way, and that's allowed MCD to really put up these big numbers and help Dallas Fuel sort of find this level of success where they're back into the #1 seed in the Eastern region.
I think it speaks a lot to Farway as well, to be fair. They're 1-3, the Charge, right? And he's keeping up, almost keeping up with the numbers against a team that has only won games so far and only dropped a single map. So looking pretty good. All right, here's the map set for this series. Elio's Midtown, Route 66, Coliseum, Antarctic Peninsula. Elio's first, and it's going to be an interesting map here. It's going to be Dallas Fuel playing Dive, Scott, but Charge, they can bring out anything.
And I think that's the scary thing if you're the Dallas Fuel. We have no idea what to expect from this Guangzhou Charge. They have great individual players, and when they have nothing to lose almost, and they have, you know, everything to prove, that's a scary thing because Guangzhou Charge, they don't need to come in and play the regular setup, and Dallas are just like, if we play our game, we can win. Because if Guangzhou Charge force Dallas Fuel to play their game, anything can happen.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I'm down for some Farah, I'm down for some Hanzo, I'm down for whatever Charge are willing to throw at us, I'm going to be honest. Gaga Wrecking Ball either. There you go. Just play it, man. It's I wouldn't say it's the best pick of all time, but if you've got a little bit of coordination on your side, I think the ball can work. There's a hover in the Winston, though, to start us off.
Yeah, the Winston. Oh, yeah. I would expect, and we've seen bits and pieces of this, of Jimmy plays the Tracer and Jinmu would play the Echo. This is where I think a lot of us, if we were expecting Charge to sort of play somewhat straight up, this is what we were expecting on this map. We're going to see mirror compositions, and honestly, the one concern I have is, you know, I love Jimmy. We all know that. It's not a scary thing. Oh, Jinmu, welcome back to the league. Instantly taken down by Sparkle. But to my previous point, Jimmy's Tracer has been struggling at the quality of players on Tracer in this league. Fortunately, on the other side, Edison, who also isn't known exactly for his Tracer, as they enable both the other players to play Echo. But Sparkle getting the better end of that stick.
It's so rough. Like you said, I think that's a really good point. Every Tracer player, they're just nutcases. Like, Tracer as a character, as a hero, has evolved so much throughout the years, but I feel like this year especially, it's probably because we're seeing more Tracers, to be fair, but it feels like they've hit another peak, you know?
Yeah, and it's, you know, Edison and Jimmy are both good Tracer players, don't get me wrong, but good doesn't cut it anymore in this Overwatch League when you have world-class Tracers on almost every single roster. So let's see how both of these players do end up standing up. Dallas Fuel, they are getting percentage up. Jinmu's going to fall first once again. Nano boost onto Harnbit, and that should just be it. I
mean, this is a bit of a stomp so far. 0 kills for the Charge at this very moment in time. This Fuel, they're currently on 97 match wins currently. In 4th place overall in the Overwatch League. Excelsior at 99, Dragons at 99, Dynasty at 99. So one of those teams is going to find their 100th win soon. Dallas Fuel 3 match wins behind the Golden 100, which is kind of wild, actually.
Yeah, which is really goes to speak to Dallas Fuel and how good they've been over the recent years, because Dallas Fuel sucked when the league first started, and I can say that because I was there. I was on that team, and we were just not very good. But lately, they've just been on absolute tear. Ever since Rush has come to this Dallas Fuel, he's completely transformed, and they won a championship last season, and they're looking to get back into form so they can win another one this year.
Yeah, only 3 teams right now have got 100+ wins. That's the Shock at 139, Infernal. That includes Fusion, of course, at 112, and Glad's at 108. So someone wants to lock in that 4th place at 100 wins. See who it will be. Right now, though, this match is going on. Good timing. But I'm not sure how much of this match is going on, I'm going to be honest. Charge have 0 kills still, sadly. It could be a 0 kill round.
Hey, they got some percentage there. That's great for them.
Which is crazy. I'll give you that. A zero kill game for the Charge so far, and they still have 7%. And there is round. Okay.
Wow. No kills at all, and that's That was one of the things that I was wondering for the Charge when they came in with this retooling of this roster ever since the loss of Piggy and Choice One of, are they going to try and play straight up? Because if you try and play straight up against a team like Dallas Fuel in this Winston Echo setup, that's a hard ask here for the Charge, and one that they absolutely did not live up to.
Yeah, this is a nasty trace flare. Even when he was on a GC Busan,
Yeah, way back when, yeah.
very insane. Like, it was only a matter of time before he made it to the league. I think a lot of people thought. But look, all right, second round, Ruins. It's only up from here, baby. Gaga on ball. Okay, there it is. This is what I wanted to see.
Jimmy on the hit scan as well. Xerneas on the Zenyatta. This is what we expected from them. They're throwing a curveball here. Charger going, oh no. No, no, no. Oh no.
Ooh, yeah, that's 40% ult charge already.
That's and he gets
rough.
Jinmu as well. Good shot there from Jimmy to take down Sparkle, but no other legs from that. And
we're on the
this
board,
is
baby.
going to be hard. If you're the Charge, living as a Zen Baptiste versus this Tracer, Sombra, Harbin, Winston dive is going to be very hard to live through. Harbin getting very low, but able to live through it. And Edison's charging up to a very quick EMP right now after getting that boop off on the ball.
Let's go, Gaga. Xerneas is dead, though. And like you said, yeah, tough-ass survivors to Zen, man. And then, yeah, you just get rolled by the Sombra pick. Sombra's just so good against that comp. There's the EMP. Nice lamp, though, by far away. Ducked out of the way to that EMP so he could use that instantly. Point almost taken. Sparkle hit the recall. Jumps back onto the high ground. And, yeah, no cap for the Charge. Although Bliss does end up dying.
Yeah, the Dalsville are holding on, though, which is a really big deal. Sparkle falls. Okay, it looks like finally Charge are going to close out this fight, get that cap flip coming through, but Dalsfield held on to that one for a really long time, and Gaga's ball, other than the first misstep where he got pushed off to the edge, he's actually been performing really well. The backline hasn't really been able to deal with his ball at all, and this is a pick that we haven't seen from Gaga as much in the league, but he's very good at it.
Yeah, he's exceptional at wrecking ball. Got the mines too. This room's going to be pretty deadly. Whoa, there we go. There are the mines. Ah, that looks a little bit too obvious there. Good sleep onto
Literal
Jimmy.
mine sweeper. Oh, never mind, Sparkle.
In fact, Sparkle ends up going down to the mines. Probably got rolled into them prior to imagine. Gaga's health. Oh my. Yep, just slaloms his way out.
That is he just going to wait for the hack to just go down on that mega health pack? The long con.
Wait, he actually did. He sat and waited for the health. Oh, he's dead. Okay.
And punished for it. Jinmu EMP. Oh, thought he was going to go for that one. Jinmu Sombra is something that we've seen in the past as well. Quite solid at it, but he's going to wait as long as he can to drop this EMP. Finally
that is a lot of ults. Window, Bob, EMP on the point. And Dallas Fuel are still capping because Jinmu is not there. Armin's just going to walk on for Transcendence Force. Xerneas uses
Double
his
down.
ult, so no ults for Charge. As Dallas Fuel find the reflip with an EMP and a rally.
Ooh.
I mean, you could just solo EMP Xerneas here. Oh no, don't need a solo EMP because you can hit 3.
And that's just clean. That's exactly what you need to do. When the Zen and Baptiste are stacked up like that, they're not going to be able to handle any of that type of damage. And that just goes back to the Charge just... Oh, wow, he's so close to this point. Having to use so many ultimates to try and follow up the value of that EMP from Jinmu. They were one down with Gaga. They decided to drop all of their ultimates and didn't find any value. They tried to isolate Harbin, but MCD with a great timing nano onto Harbin keeps him alive just long enough for the Primal Rage to come out. And now Dallas Fuel back in the driver's seat, 72% and counting.
It's so hard to play around this Sombra. I mean, at least Xerneas is off the Zen now.
Yeah, he needs
But
to.
still, Gaga is going to have to play expertly on ball. Just on go. Yeah, I mean, there you go. Just on himself getting perma-hacked, but that is going to be the case for a majority of this latter half of the round. 10% to go.
Sleep.
Good sleep. No instant follow-up, though. Rally from Bliss to secure the round and the map. Pulse bomb in the hands of Sparkle. Oh, he ends up flinging it out. I thought he was going to chuck on the brig, but he had to dash it past, trying to find the Ana, but nowhere to be seen, apparently. Gaga ends up falling. Little nano available for MCD soon.
Almost.
But ends up getting EMP'd. Everybody low on the Dallas Fuel side of things right now. Is the Guangzhou
Dallas
Charge
commit?
putting themselves on the ball. There's the nano. It's on Sparkle, and he's just going to run on through. A nice anti-nature follow-up from MCD. And with Jimmy dead, there's no one to touch, and that will be round and map for the Fuel.
The Dallas Fuel just really stretching their legs, not really showing anything special, just proving that they are the better team, playing the Winston dive. And Guangzhou Charge honestly playing a lot more straight up than I was expecting from them and having some signs of life, but overall just not able to keep up with the Fuel.
Yeah. You're just in a different league, man. A pure tier break, it feels like, between them and the rest of the Eastern region. Currently, Dallas Fuel feeling like their former shells. We're going to jump to a quick break. I think I said shells instead of selves, but there you go.
I like
All
shells.
good. It's, yeah, you know, I'm going to blame the lateness again. All good. Dallas Fuel, they're 1-0 up. We'll see you in a bit.
Bad.
Welcome back. The Charge and the Fuel. I mean, look, I'm going to keep it real with you guys like I have been this whole evening. Pyramid Ants are pretty sick, but the Dallas Fuel, they're even sicker. The Guangzhou Charge, unfortunately, they didn't really come up with anything big there at all, Scott. There was a little bit of signs of life when they ended up switching off the mirror, go into ball, go into, well, they had a little bit of Ash, actually. In that round as well, but they had some Sombra as well. I mean, at the end of the day, if you can't match in the mirror, it's always better off trying something new, and they ended up doing that. I mean, Gargar's Wrecking Ball is phenomenal, but the Dallas Fuel, they're just looking too clean with it right now.
Yeah, and Dallas Fuel, that's been pretty much them throughout the entirety of this stage. They went back to the drawing board. They started cooking in the mid-season break, and they've come back a lot stronger. Harbin Winston has drastically improved. We've seen some good swaps here where, you know, Spark replaces a Tracer. Edison's been more willing to go over to that Sombra as well. That's really enabled the backline to come alive. So the value of this roster really coming into its own, because regardless of anything, right? Dallas Fuel as a roster, they should always be within the top parts of any region that they are competing in with the quality of roster that they have with Rush as head coach. So it's great to see them back in form. But we now head over to Midtown, as this is a map where you can really try anything. We've seen Rush, we've seen Barra, we've seen, you know, regular dive. If you're going to throw a curveball and you're the Charge, this would be the moment to do it. If they're not willing to do it here, can they match the Dallas Fuel in any means?
Yeah, I'm hoping they bring out the Jimmy Torb. Honestly,
it is
on defense.
What do you mean,
legendary.
Jimmy Torb? He's not. Jimmy Torb, it has nothing on Jinmu Torb. Jinmu was doing that before Jimmy was even here.
It's because I saw Jimmy lock Torb a minute ago in spawn.
Oh, really? Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I was like, hey, 2 Torb specialists, I'm down.
Maybe we should just ask for a special exception and allow 2 Torbs to be played in this one. You know, we don't
special exception.
Don't hero lock Torb, just specifically so you can play 2 Torbs.
Do you reckon that? Okay. Thought experiment.
Oh god.
Thought experiment. If you could roll, unroll lock, like one of the rolls, which would be the most impactful? You could have 2.
So what do you mean? I can have 2 of any hero?
Yes. Oh, apart from tank doesn't really count, does it? Because there's no tank.
Yeah, but we can think back. I think it would be Tracer. I think Tracer would be.
You reckon?
Double Tracer would go crazy. Like we see it even just like a little bit with the Echo duplicates, and it's kind of wild.
Yeah.
Another Charge.
That does seem like the most impactful character. Charge doing their own thing. Good stuff. Honestly, love it. Xerneas on the Zen, Gaga on the Wrecking Ball. This is what you want to see. This is what you need right now if you're the Guangzhou Charge.
Xerneas is kind of doing his biggest Jaws cosplay, where it's like, I'm not sure what I want to play. I'm just going to go Zen and either kill everybody or feed. And we'll see which one it's going to be. Gaga's the one to feed first, though. I'm just unable to get anything done on this Wrecking Ball.
I wasn't the first death. I was the second, actually. I was the second one. So I'm not the feeder here. It's actually Gaga.
Have you thought that if Xerneas wasn't playing Zenyatta, maybe the Wrecking Ball wouldn't have died?
I gave the ball orb. I gave you orb, Gaga.
Yeah, but the orb doesn't do like any healing. It's like diddly squat compared to any like Brig or anything like that. So okay. Memes aside, I actually like this look from the Guangzhou Charge. Do something different. Play to your own strengths. The question that I have is, Jinmu, Jimmy, and Gaga need to work together to try and get these dives. Good hack by Jit. Oh, okay, never mind. The idea was there for the hack. If Gaga could have been there to follow up, then potentially they can start picking some people off. But this setup from the Dallas Fuel is going to be so defensive, and the damage coming out from the Edison Hanzo is going to be always a threat to Gaga, who's just trying to stay alive as much as he can, and Xerneas is going to fall. Oh! Edison gets far away as well.
Steady Eddie. Oh, steady Eddie. God damn.
He's so good at hit scan. On certain heroes, he just is a difference maker. Like, we saw him in the playoffs last year on that Sojin. He went absolutely nuclear playing that Sojin, just hitting headshot after headshot, and is one of the primary reasons that Dallas Fuel actually closed that out. If he can get back into that form, or we go into a meta where Edison can have that same level of comfort, that's a scary prospect.
Now they've just got ults. Pulse bomb. Alright, denied by the lab. All good. Gaga. Gaga is getting destroyed.
So much damage.
Actually destroyed.
Jimmy Pulse Bomb gets nothing as well. So Charge are just probing and poking, hoping someone finds a pick at some point. But Xerneas is the first one to fall. Yeah.
Real rough. And Sparkle is getting so much pocket too. Oh,
there's just not enough pressure going out onto MCD and Bliss, so it just feels like wherever the Charge are trying to poke and prod, the healing is there for the Dallas Fuel. And Xerneas and Farway just so exploitable, from Hanzo arrows to Sparkle going on them on the Tracer.
Yeah.
Just hasn't been very close so far, and only a minute remaining.
1 minute to go. Double support ult. You have Annihilation. You don't have a Jinmu. Yeah. This is just looking a little over. Unless something crazy happens. I mean, even the mines have been used. I mean, as well with Charge, like, speaking of the support, Scott, when do you use ult? You know what I mean? Like, Window and Transcendence? Like, when do you use ult?
Like who are you transcending
so
for? Like, probably just when Harbin rips this Annihilation, he's just going to use the Transcendence. Sure. But I don't think Dallas Fuel are going to force anything. Oh, no.
What a recall. The Sparkle hitting the recall. No hacks to be found off of the one big ultimate that you've had. A cosmetic ultimate normally. Yeah, it comes out with kills regardless. If Edison's using it, it's coming out with kills. There's the rally. Transcendence for Xerneas. Thoughts on that?
Here comes that
there it is, baby.
About.
There it is. There's the touch.
Forces overtime. I don't know if it's going to be enough, though.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, Jimmy's got Pulse in 20, but
Hum is just waiting for anyone to show themselves.
Farway. Someone help him. Help me! Oh, he's dead. He's dead. He just got donked. Donked on the head. And there it is. Full hold for the Dallas Fuel. My word. And that was not that close. Let me check. Let me check stats. Okay,
no,
Squad.
I was just about to say,
right now?
yeah, nah.
Don't look at
donut. It's a big donut. Sorry, mate. It's, yeah, Guangzhou Charge not able to find a single final blow on that attack. And okay.
I know. Okay.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it's a contentious thing, but sometimes it's like, yeah, don't bring up bad stats or whatever. But I think there's bringing up bad stats, and there's like bringing up bad stats to really enunciate the points that you're trying to make on like the comp and like how it worked. Jinmu in that round had 790 damage as Sombra, which is quite bad. It's quite low, but to put it into perspective, that was 15% of the team's damage. Xerneas had 26% of the team's damage. Almost, well, it was the second highest at 1,300. We'll call it 1,400. It's like 1,387. Obviously, the Dallas Fuel, yeah, they almost tripled the damage of the Charge in that round. And now we're seeing
what I want to see.
What we wanted to see.
Look at Jinmu's face.
No pocket.
Look at that smirk. That man is like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going Pharah.
Actually,
he doesn't even have a mercy. It makes no sense at all that Jinmu's going to play the Pharah. I would have liked to have seen it on attack. Just give them something that's going to do more damage, provide a threat. But, you know, Jinmu having fun with it.
I just want Jinmu to be happy.
If you would ask me prior, I don't know. Jinmu's kind of like a robot when he plays the game. You know, he doesn't show expressions or feelings. He just does.
Yeah.
So, let's see if we can go back to that old version of Jinmu who just used to go absolutely destructive on this Pharah, just raining down onto any backline he sets up.
Oh, Sparkle hitting the awning there with the sticky bombs. We saw that Sparkle, and Jinmu detonates him in the skies.
Pharah diff.
Oh, easy. Type easy in chat.
Yeah. That was a huge pick. Honestly, he was about to fall to the Sparkle Echo, so big mid-air shot.
Oh my god, he almost dunked on Bliss there. That was a double direct. If Bliss didn't have his shield up, he dies there. Damn. Okay, Sparkle is getting a roll in the sky. I'm calling it. I'm saying it.
Yeah, but it's only a matter of time until Jinmu... You know, Jinmu's got to miss a rocket eventually, and he's got to be careful if he gets too low.
He is pretty low right now, and there's the kill. Hit scan from MCD, just scoped in. He's just shooting. Oh, couple of missed shots there. Oh, couple of missed shots there. All good, don't worry.
Cut away.
Cut away, yep, all good. Then they're on the point, Scott. We didn't see a thing. Dallas Fuel end up taking the second map. Quite an easy affair there. Charge did end up coming out with 1 kill. So, you know what? We take those.
Yeah, it was... a lot of our fears for the Guangzhou Charge with these substitutions in their roster so late in the season are coming to fruition. Of it just doesn't feel like they have enough time or practice to be able to play effectively, especially against some of these other top teams. Like Dallas Fuel is on an absolute tear right now. Maybe they could compete with some of these contenders teams. You know, they have the players to do it, but right now, just not able to stand up.
Yep, map number 3, Escort coming up. Dallas Fuel looking to continue their win streak through the Eastern region. We're going to be right back just after this. Welcome back. It's the Power Hour with me, Jaws, and Custer. It's been quite the 2 games. Guangzhou Charge and the Dallas Fuel looking to end this one like our first series of the day, Scott, with a 3-0 Charge just, man, they're just not finding much here, Scott. I'm going to keep it real.
Looking a little dejected right now as well. Not really too focused on just sort of trying to turn things around. I think just fully send, just like Jinmu just did. Play the Pharah, do something different. Just throw anything you can at the wall to see what's going to work, because right now, I understand the circumstances that they're dealing with, and it can be hard to do with that, but you got to play through. You got to go onwards. We are moving on to Escort, as you said, Jack, and anything's possible. Maybe they play some Torp. I like the idea of Torp that you're bringing up.
Yeah, we've seen crazier things, is all I'm saying. We've seen crazier things. And there's the Dallas Fuel. Will Sparkle as happy as ever. Just ready to rock and roll, honestly. Just a quick and clean 3-0. I'm curious how quick this series has been, and like the record for a first to 3 series. How quick we looking in comparison? I'll be a one
Charge
for the stats.
are going to defend first, which usually throws a wrench in it. Usually when we break records is because the team that is being beaten down goes attack, so then they get full held, and then the offensive team can go through quicker. So unless Dallas, if they want to break the record, Dallas, this would be giga smart. You get full held intentionally, and then full hold better to break the record.
The full hold, right? That's actually so smart.
Yeah.
You just stop it. So you stop it on first.
Yeah.
And then as the doors are open or whatever, and then just, C9, and then, go next round, and then just full hold them. Yeah, that's actually so smart from you.
Yeah,
damn.
That's true. This is why Dallas Fuel had so much success in 2018, because when I was there, that was our go-to strategy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Don't worry, guys. We're just trying to break records.
We should just get full held. Yeah, guys, hear me out. Get full held
constantly, man. All good. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. All right, we're going to jump into Route 66. In Charge of 1-3 in Escort right now, so far. Fuel 5-0, since they have only dropped a single map so far. So it's looking rather one-sided, and we'll see what Dallas Fuel want to run out with. I mean, come on now. Maybe Harmbin plays a little silly game here with the Wrecking Ball, but I mean, man, I'm surprised I'm seeing from Charge on the defense. They're just going to go for the mirror.
I think maybe instead of trying to do anything too crazy, just at some point just accept that it's going to be hard and just be like, okay, let's just play something that makes sense, a composition that makes sense, and then just try and, execute well, right? Rather than, we saw them try to play that Bap Zen Wrecking Ball on Midtown, and it just didn't make sense and it didn't come together. So just go back to basics, see what you can do from there. Dallas Fuel are going to match it, but Bliss is going to be on this Zenyatta. I'd be surprised to see Bliss stay on this against the Tracer Sombra themselves.
Yeah, it seems like a bit more of a Chad pick, a bit more of a fun pick.
Yeah, there's the switch.
Okay, there
back
you
to
go.
Brig.
There's the switch. Back to Brig. Brig jail, Sag. Very unfortunate.
Sag.
Very sad. I just want to play Zen, man. Wow, Sparkle, look at his pulse bomb charge rate, by the way.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, he's just shooting Gaga, like, on cooldown. He's got the pulse bomb.
Ooh, good nade. Goes on Edison. Translocator. Eliminate for Sparkle. All good. So now, Jinmu has to be a little bit more careful. Speaking of being careful, that pulse bomb. Yeah. Charge, we're very careful at avoiding that one. Now the Nano's
able to just hold on. But Nano's, yeah, as you said, Nano's coming up. MCD is actually very far behind in the Nano Charge. Bliss is in trouble. Jinmu gets MCD. Yeah, that's exactly what you need to do. Get the Nano boost online, punish the back line. The reverse sweep starts now, Jack. That's all I'm saying.
All I'm saying is Dallas Fuel putting the strap. This is where they get held.
Oh, that's true.
Full holding.
They just don't want to make it too obvious, so just slow everything down. Edison does have an EMP.
You get fined for that? Nah, no one's fined. Never. Oh, the steal.
Okay, Jimmy.
Very nice.
I see you. It'd be great to see Jimmy do some fornicating in this series, because I feel like
that's true.
I feel like I haven't ever been able to cast Jimmy when it's happening in real time. I feel like I'm always just reacting to it. So if Jimmy could step up for this one and turn it around, that would be a lifelong dream for me.
He's going to step up in a big way, Scott. Doing it for the fans. Doing it for you.
Early rally from Xerneas, like very early. They're going to drop the EMP into that as well?
5-man EMP from Jinmu there. Any follow-up? zero follow-up from both teams. Wow, decent EMP either side. Jinmu's definitely better as he got the 5-man, but his Primal Rages going to halt the progress of anything happening for the time being. Pulse on the hands of Sparkle.
Well.
Oh, what a stick. Both Jimmy and Sparkle hitting some nice pulse bombs so far, but Hanbin dead. I mean, this genuinely is looking like a full hold here, if you're not careful.
Wow.
But I mean, Sparkle's going to make it more difficult at least. Good hack onto Gaga, and there it is. Okay,
Lost the
they're
nano.
going to crack this one wide open.
Yeah, Farway tries the Nano Gaga at the last second. If he gets that Nano off, it could have been a great play, but during the frames in which the Nano Boost was coming out, unfortunately Gaga fell, so they don't save Gaga, and they lose the Nano Boost, which is not great for Charge, but as you said, Dallasfield do get it through the first checkpoint now. Bliss holding onto that rally. So they have a pretty big advantage here. It's going to be hard for the Charge to enter into. Maybe Jimmy could come in clutch with the Pulse Bomb on Bliss.
Oh, he's been checked already, sadly. So no sneaky business from Jimmy is allowed. 10% as well from Sparkle too, but like you mentioned, Scott, he's really just been farming Gaga. Like, he's only been shooting tanks to charge up this pulse bomb. And honestly, not bad. If you're going to continue landing them on supports, like, hey, all power to you. There it is. Oh, flung out. Oh, he still gets him too. Oh, Farway sat on it like an egg. Oh, that is very unfortunate.
They're going to have to disengage from that. They lose a lot of positioning. Now Hanbin's back to holding this doorway. Gives time for Edison to get his EMP up. So big pick there from Sparkle. Sparkle's Tracer has honestly come so far. It's been doing... It just does so much, and it's just so consistent these days for the Dallas Fuel.
Yeah. Many moons ago, it was a weakness 13. There's the counter EMP, hit 4. They trade Sparkle for Gaga, but I mean, they still got a Nano, and they're still in this small corridor. And now Cernius and Farway are very much isolated away from each other. Farway tried to peek, but no, MCD, and nade straight to the dome. 2 minutes to go. Hanbin's holding down that fort. There we go. There is point B for the Dallas Fuel. Looked a bit dicey on first. I'll say it. I'll say it. I'll be the brave one.
How can be so bold? I don't know, Jack. You're really coming out here with the hot
crazy,
takes. Bro. Yeah, but as I said, second point, no issues at all for the Dallas Fuel, cycling their ultimates perfectly. Getting a better EMP, and now 3 minutes remaining for the third point.
Nano and Rally and Primal for the Guangzhou Charge. So unless Sparkle is a mean stick, should be able to hold at least for a couple of minutes.
Oh, he fell short. He got hit by the platform.
Oh, there's the rally. That's what I'm talking about. And now, yeah, the dive commences. Good forward aggression there by Guangzhou Charge. They know they got the advantage. They don't use the Nano either, more importantly. They get some free ult charge here. Yeah, they just chase down Hanbin.
Yeah, that's a great dive. Honestly, it looked... I was a little worried when Gaga fell short on that dive, but they were able to clean up. MCD and Bliss getting caught. Not really able to keep each other up, and now, you know, that takes a minute off the clock. More time to be made. Sparkle with another pulse bomb. Can he come up clutch? It feels like his pulse bombs have been like one of the biggest ways the Dallas Fuel have been getting advantages in these fights.
Jimmy, what you
Jimmy,
got for
he
us?
thought about it.
Yeah, he thought about it. Absolutely. I think he assumed Bliss saw him, so probably would have got whip shot, or
yeah,
he might have been able to dodge. Here's a pulse bomb for Jimmy. He's going to throw it out. Saw that little tick disappearing, but didn't find anybody. Forced a recall too, but Gaga's still in the front line. There's the whip shot I was talking about. Hanbin super low. Anti was slept in the back line, but still manages to get out alive. MCD, that's a lot of free ult charge, and it's going to result in a Nano as well for the Dallas Fuel. They got double supporters in this last push.
Yeah, big advantage Fuel have is they have the rally. Can they keep Bliss alive?
The one man. Oh, the one man EMP onto Edison. Oh, and he returns the favor. Gaga, Jimmy, Jinmu all die pretty much exactly the same time. Oh, that is rough for the Charge. Jimmy switches over to Hanzo. Last
Cernius can't die.
Now.
He has the rally coming up. He needs to be the player to stay alive, get that rally up, give them the sustain they need.
Well, he is alive and kicking still. There's the rally pushing in.
Wheels?
Jinmu on the Bastion. Wheels mode. There it is. There's a grenade lobbed in front of Hanbin's face. He explodes. Final fight now for the Dallas Fuel. They might not be able to cap this point. considering the ult pick, the switches. Yeah, Jimmy's pretty happy with himself, getting some Bastion stats on the board. Love to see
Doing a little bit of a chuckle, you know. Has to go back to Sombra jail after that one. Maybe wanted to stay the Bastion himself, but thinking better of it. But Dallas Fuel have no ultimates remaining, Jack. 30 seconds remaining. So this is going to be almost a no-ult fight. The longer this goes on, the more chances that Dallas Fuel will have to get up to an EMP, the nano boost. Feels like Charge are going to give them this space as well.
Sparkle just farming tanks like his life depends on it right now. Any touches? That is the question.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Sparkle dead. No touches then. So no touches.
As a whole.
Okay. Sparkle just dies to Jinmu far away, and I think that was the Winston the kill feed as well. Gaga. Okay. Good hold by the Guangzhou Charge at the very end.
And really showing why they were happy to stay on this Winston Tracer Sombra. Like, when they were able to sort of stabilize, they had that great first point hold. It looks good. You can see that they have the tools to be able to do it. Maybe the big limiting factor is just the lack of practice time as a whole unit. But hey, making it look good against Dallas Fuel in this round. Like, Dallas Fuel do get to the very end of third, which can be difficult to capture. So the job's not done for the Guangzhou Charge, but at least signs of life.
Yeah, we'll see how much of a hold Dallas Fuel can get now then, because pretty winnable for the Charge. I want to peep stats real quick. All right, Charge, 14 kills to 13 on the Dallas Fuel side. Okay. I see you. Jimmy with the most damage at 29% of his team's damage right now. But as you would imagine, on the other side of things, the Dallas Fuel is Sparkle leading the charge of him. 31%, just farming tanks for those pulse bombs.
I would love to know how much of Sparkle's damage came off of shooting Gaga. Because that, as you said, like, he's charging pulse bombs quickly. It's not just charging pulse bombs, it's also applying constant pressure to Gaga that makes it difficult for Gaga to do anything and play aggressive. So I like the idea that we're seeing from Sparkle, but now Jimmy going to stick on this Hanzo here instead of playing the Tracer Sombra.
Well, it's a lot of damage flung towards the tanks, that's for sure. Good bubble by Hanbin. Protects his leap away.
And he wants to take this damage. That's great damage if you're Hanbin, because you want to charge up the nano boost, right? So as long as he doesn't go down... Oh, never mind. Edison's the one that goes down.
Conjugator spotted by Jinmu there. X-ray specs on. Can see through scenery and managed to find that Transgator. Gaga dead though, not great, I will say. So regardless of that kill, they can kill Hanbin here. That would be massive, but still escapes with his life barely again.
Yeah. Hanbin just knowing his health pool, knowing what he can and can't get away with. Playing it masterfully. And Hanbin, you know, he wasn't a Winston player ever in the past. Even when we went to Overwatch 2, he always had Fearless in the wings. So why would he ever play the Winston? But he has improved at this hero a lot in the last year, ever since losing Fearless as his partner.
Yeah, you gotta just fill those shoes, and what big shoes they were to fill. All right, Jimmy, what you got? What you got for us, son? Guy's got pulse. There's the nano from MCD, but it actually went on to Hanbin as he died, so he lost it, yeah, completely. A lost nano from MCD, a little bit of a rare one.
And that's going to cost them a lot.
They're going to touch, though, but yeah, no nano's rough, considering Farway has his.
Yeah, like, how does Hanbin get in? He's actually just too... Oh, I thought that was the opposition Tracer for a second. I thought it was going to be the freest pulse bomb in the world. Nano boost.
Oh. What a nade by Farway there. Hit the back line. He was nanoed Gaga anyway. Even with that whip shot, Gaga still can travel up. And he was leaping too, so when he does hit the ground, he still does the damage. So worth keeping in mind.
And that's a clean first fight, yeah. Only using the nano boost to close that one out. That small mistake from the Dallas Fuel with the MCD nano ends up paying them dearly. And now Charge, they have the EMP, they have the positioning right now. But Edison, he's got the same idea.
Where's that dragon strike going?
The good old-fashioned floor dragon.
Yeah, love that. Sombra and Jinmu just bumping into each other briefly before Edison gets called a chicken and runs away.
Jimmy's trying to play as aggressively, holding this roof as much as he can.
What is Jimmy doing? Jimmy is inside Hanbin's bubble.
Hey, he doesn't fear anything. Never mind.
Dead.
He's dead.
He's dead.
He should have feared something.
He's absolutely dead. He was playing chicken that time with Hanbill, but you're playing chicken against a Winston.
Hey, I don't appreciate this questioning of Jimmy in this that I'm hearing in your tone of voice, Jack. Okay, I'm just gonna need you to settle down. Okay.
Look, I'll settle down. That's fine. But that I'm gonna call it maybe a little bit of a mistake.
No,
sometimes
Jimmy
even the greatest
mistakes.
heroes makes mistakes.
No, don't be ridiculous. Oh, great nade. Follows it up with a shot as well.
Oh, really aggressive EMP from Jinmu there. MCD and Bliss looking like they were trying to step up, help capitalize on that nade, but it's actually them who end up falling. Bliss has activated Rally as well. Like, the rest of your team is pretty much dead. So wasted Rally from Bliss. Dallas Fuel kind of crumbling there on that point.
And you said it perfectly, Jack. The nade from MCD was almost a bait for the rest of the Dallas Fuel. They tried to collapse on it and walk into the EMP, the waiting arms of Jinmu. And now they're the ones with positioning, going to hold down the door. And Gaga still has this Primal Rage, so he has the freedom to play aggressively, play around with his health pool, because he knows he has that get out of jail free card with the Primal Rage.
Nano boost as well to re-engage for the Dallas Fuel. I saw Sparkle zip out of the small room. And now you're going to have to deal with the Primal Rage and the Winston, which means you're probably not going to be able to heal Hanbill either. You can see his health bar is not ticking up one bit. He's forced to pop the Primal Rage to find Summit. Jimmy with a pulse bomb perfectly placed. MCD dead. Bliss was nanoed, yes, but isolated by Gaga's bubble. It was also nanoed. Very winnable for Charge. Hanbill falls and second point is claimed.
The Charge are just making plays. No other way to say it. Like, people are hitting pulse bombs, they're working together, they're isolating players. Pulse bomb goes on to Bliss there. MCD nanos Bliss to keep Bliss alive because Bliss was stuck, but then Bliss kills MCD, and then Bliss goes on to follow because they don't have follow-up healing. And now 3 minutes remaining for the Charge. This is really where the test begins, though, because this is a hard point to assail. Edison drops the EMP, instantly punishes Gaga. So even off the bat, the Dallas Fuel are going to slow things down. Oh, nice sleep.
Good sleep. Okay. All right, far away.
He's in danger. Is he actually going to get out of here? There's no way far away lives to tell this tale.
Yeah,
wow.
He does. Wow, he just walked away. He literally just walked. Couldn't have been more calm about it either. There's the EMP onto the backline again. Wow, Jinmu's EMPs. Woo. You know, he's 16 enemies EMP'd right now. EMP efficiency at 3.2, which means he's getting average of 3 EMP targets per ult, which is crazy.
And the follow-ups there, and the EMPs are good. He's charging them quickly. He's definitely getting the better end of the Sombra stick on this map of Route 66. He struggled on Midtown, but really showing that it was just a one-off. Now, Dallas Fuel, they cannot lose a team fight. If they lose one more team fight, they'll lose the map.
Yeah, but I mean, look at how far the payload's already gone. They're going to charge, so no C9. Sparkle's just jostling the payload right now. Pulse one thrown out by Jenny. Missed. And there it is. There's the rally from Bliss and Xerneas. Gotta be careful. Sparkle's got a pulse bomb still, but he's permanently having to touch the payload, so Xerneas is super safe. Good sleep onto Gaga. Instantly woken up, however. Primal Rage available. Hanbill dying. This is a winnable situation now for the Charge. I mean, Hanbill gets back maybe, but he was so close to that Primal Rage. He just needs to survive, and there we go. That's going to be it. The Guangzhou Charge are going to take the map. And quite a dominant fashion too. Giant smile on the face of Xerneas, feeling super good about that.
Yeah, completely different to the team that we saw in the first 2 maps. Just willing to play the Winston Tracer Sombra dive, proving that they can go toe-to-toe with the team like Dallas Fuel and making it look easy. This is great play from all these different players. Jinmu Sombra came absolutely alive. We just spoke about that, but Jimmy Pulse Bombs finding big value, and Gaga with that Primal Rage at the very end, even though it doesn't find the pick on the backline, just distracts the backline, pushes them into a corner, gives space for the rest of his team to close it out, and the Guangzhou Charge coming back in a big way.
Coming back in a huge way. You saw their, I wouldn't say look of surprise, just look of elation on their faces as they do end that round. And hey, that doubles the map losses of the Dallas Fuel. Now at 2 map losses in this qualifiers. All right. There are weaknesses there, and Guangzhou Charge might be exploiting them. We're going to jump to a quick break. Push up next. Guangzhou Charge. Okay. Taking Route 66 off the Dallas Fuel. Handing Dallas Fuel their second map loss of this half of the season. All right. Charge, what you got for us? Maybe some more? Go to Colosseo as our next map now, Scott.
I see you, Guangzhou Charge. I don't see Jimmy or Xerneas, but I see you guys as a team. And funnily enough, we look at the stats of the Dallas Fuel going on to push this stage, and they've only played it once. They won that one time, but they've only played it once. So maybe the Dallas Fuel won't be as practiced. I'm just trying to grasp at as many straws as I can get. But funnily enough, the way that the Guangzhou Charge won that last map, they didn't even have to throw curveballs. They didn't have to do anything different. They were just better than the Dallas Fuel on Route 66.
They just were, yeah. I mean, it was a little tough getting around the faraway nades, and Gaga just... I wouldn't even say playing better than Harbin. I think they were both doing a fair amount of work, but I felt like with Gaga, he was just being more proactive. A lot more proactive compared to like what we saw on like Midtown, for example.
Yeah, and it is worth noting though, like there were a couple of mistakes made from the Dallas Fuel, right? Like how many they lost a couple of nano boosts, like important nano boosts in that series. Just losing a couple of things, but that's pressure that the Guangzhou Charge are exuding that the Dallas Fuel aren't responding to effectively. So if they can keep doing that, as you said, Gaga should be proactive, really sort of take initiative and force the Dallas Fuel to be uncomfortable. That's the win condition, because MCD and Bliss, we sung their praises at the beginning of this series, just got picked off multiple times. Jinmu EMPs, pulse bombs from Jimmy, Gaga able to just get a nano boost and tear through them. Weren't able to hold up to the scrutiny of the Charge. So maybe some adaptations need to be made for the Fuel Jack.
Yeah, we're going to Colosseo as our next map, Scott. So maybe this is a turning point for the Charge. Maybe we do go to map number 5. Maybe we do find a little reverse sweep here. Anything's on the cards, honestly.
Yeah, you laughed at me when I said
I did laugh.
The reverse sweep starts now after that one team fight, but I saw it. I believed in it, and my faith will not be thwarted.
Everybody laughed at you, but
who else laughed? Chat's on my side.
Laughed.
No. Chat and I are tight. They're Jimmy believers. They're Charge believers. They're Jinmu fans.
Yeah, yeah. Jimmy has got a lot of fans, to be fair.
Yeah,
that is a fair one. But look, Dallas Fuel, they burn blue, okay? And we're going to Colosseo. There's no blue spots on this. There's a little bit of water. That's blue. Are there any lit torches? I think maybe in the spawn room.
Well, Guangzhou Charge are also blue, Jack. So what are you getting at here?
Yeah, that's kind of true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've not really got much, to be honest. My bank for making joke, making funny haha moment, it's gone. It's depleted.
It expires at 3 a.m. Is that the moment in which
3:31 a.m. Yeah, it does. It expired just now.
So we are moving on to Colosseo. This is a map that plays very differently to a lot of the other push maps, because you can get the first checkpoint, you're at a huge lead, and winning the first team fight actually goes a very long way. And I expect both of these teams to stick to playing this Winston Tracer Sombra dive. You can play some of this rush. We've seen teams play Reinhardt. We've seen a lot of Ramatra here as well, but neither of these teams have shown a desire or willingness to play either of those compositions.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if both teams just run out with the Winston again. I mean, Charge definitely got some extra confidence now. After that map win on Route 66. Yeah, it looks like that's what both teams are going to do. Although Bliss, I would imagine he's just speeding out and then switching to Brig. Oh, not even doing that. Okay.
It's not worth speeding out because you have to be like further. The like spawn doors where you can switch are further back, so it ends up costing you more than it is worth to just speed people out. But mirror matchups once again. Guangzhou Charge willing to take the call again. Can they find the same level of success they found on Route 66? Both teams just posturing for positioning on the glass side, trying to get a hack and effective dive.
Just waiting for the hacks. Manual 1 landed on Harmon.
Jinmu? Oh, they must have found the translate.
Yeah, I guess. That's always the funniest part when you switch those POVs and you're like, you know, most of the time the Sombra's fine. But there's always those it was like, well, actually, Transicate gone. Oh, Jimmy's dead too. That is
Yeah,
no. Oh, and a sleep from MCD from downtown onto far away. Stops him escaping. All right, okay. Valid Fuel, maybe a little bit mad.
Yeah, it's one of those situations that happens time and time again of potentially the Dallas Fuel got complacent. You could see them laughing going into Route 66, maybe not respecting Guangzhou Charge as much as they deserve, so potentially coming back angry on this Coliseum.
Definitely. Sparkle with Pulse Bomb. Yeah, I would also like to know that stat, Scott. Just how much damage has Gaga taken just from Sparkle?
Just from Sparkle. It has to be a lot.
Yeah, I don't think we've got those. We definitely don't have those capabilities. But it would be an insane number, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Well, we did have this in the Pulse Bomb, so regardless of the farming, the crops, unfortunately, they were diseased and they had to be removed. There you go. I tried to make a joke.
Nice EMP.
Nice EMP, though. All good. Joke saved. Yeah. By good game.
No, yeah, it's after 3:31 a.m. Jack. Come on, we've talked about it. No more jokes.
Yeah,
no more jokes.
It's empty. No more jokes. We're now in the serious hour of the stream. Sorry, everybody. Everything's serious from here on out. Straight faces all around, please.
Yeah. No one break that, but that's a fight win there from the Charge just with that EMP. And Jinmu has consistently in these last couple of maps been beating Edison to the punch with these EMPs, also with the nano boost as well. I was surprised Farway managed to hold on to that one, but that's huge for them now.
Oh, nice EMP. Okay, another return EMP. Jimmy and Gaga hacked. Jimmy goes down. Gaga pops the primal though.
Oh, wow.
Any focus? No, he actually just kind of gets rolled. His support line as well were kind of distracted dealing with Armbin, who also has a primal rage of his own.
You got to be careful about not getting staggered here. You can see Xerneas just trying to dissuade the Dallas Fuel from pushing forward. Does that, just that. Sparkle wasn't able to drop the pulse bomb. Harmon goes very deep, has to pop the primal rage. Xerneas is going to respond with the rally.
Oh my god, wait, he flew from one side of the map to the other. He got whip shot and then slept mid-air, so his body just gracefully floated across the map. That was ridiculous.
Just take things. Just tank things. This is the life of the tank.
Well, there's the nano. Sleep. Well, there's the nade. Rally. Not available anymore. And no overhealth means no chance for survival. What has been stolen, though? Jimmy doing a little bit of theft.
He also hit a pulse bomb onto Bliss. Bliss pops the rally, gets instantly stuck by a pulse bomb. A huge play from Jimmy, and it looks like the Guangzhou Charge might end up winning this fight as well. So that's a massive play. Oh, never mind. Jimmy gets caught. Jimmy does steal the bottle a little bit further, but not enough.
Yeah, I think Edison killed a couple too many there in that fight, sadly, for the Charge. All right, EMP versus EMP again. What we got going on, huh?
And is Jimmy going to be more proactive and go earlier? Last time when Harbin jumped in to take space, Jimmy dropped the EMP on him. Harbin playing a little bit safer this time, expecting that maybe will come out once again if he goes too deep.
I was very confused where Edison was then, but that's new sport.
Yeah.
That's, yeah, I was like, where is that on the map? You don't normally see it from that angle. MCD manual hacked. Like Jimmy was trying to get inside the painting there. There's the EMP. All right, Jimmy instantly dead. That's this is like Atlanta Rain level stuff here, where they're just EMPing the Tracer.
Yeah. And Sparkle does go down, but he trades his life for Gaga. And with Hanbin on the back line, is he going to be able to get either of these guys? Both of the Dallas Fuel DPS are dead, so they don't have extra follow-up.
Hanbin's zapping him down. A ring around the Rosie. Oh, doesn't pop it. After hearing the rally, though, to be fair, do you want to pop it? Yeah, also that, so.
Yeah, but I think you're right. I think he's probably glad he doesn't pop that primal rage, because with the rally running, even if he didn't get stunned, it's unlikely he's going to find any value. While Gaga, he wants to force this objective, get another stagger here onto Bliss. With the bot pushing, we might see Guangzhou Charge take the lead in this map.
Yes, we might. 33 meters counting. There is the golden line. A little finish line. Anybody gonna touch? No. No one really close. Edison was, but doesn't want to really translocate out. Can always get the bot further. There's the dive, nade. Yeah, no packs. But they do trade it. Jimmy hits a pulse on the MCD. And now Hanbin's in trouble. Same with Gaga. Both tanks' health bars just depleting. Fortunately for Hanbin, though, had primal, pops it, instant 1050 HP. I wonder if they're going to change that back to just straight 1,000. So I think that extra 50 is from when they changed his armor.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I think Wisdom players would want to keep it, but I think you're probably right. It is weird seeing 1,050. That's such a strange
50, right?
number.
It's not just me.
Yeah.
I'm not crazy.
No, you
I'm
are
like...
crazy, but it it is weird.
Great for that.
No worries, happy to help. Edison EMP,
Nice EMP.
no follow-up. Harbin got hacked, but he doesn't even need the follow-up. Oh, never mind, Harbin was there. Takes down Farway, takes down Xerneas, does pay for his life, but that's absolutely worth it.
Oh, there's the lead, though. They were pushing the bot the whole time. The lead, and look at how unwilling the Charge are to fight right now. But it's all good, don't worry, because you can contest from high ground here.
Our favorite
Gargoyle
strategy.
sits on the edge.
Good try. They don't have Harbin either, so they're just sort of waiting for him. Big EMP.
Good EMP.
No follow-up.
Hit Sparkle on the recall, too. But yeah, no follow-up there. Tried to execute the same thing Dallas Fuel did a couple of fights ago. Manual hack onto Gaga. Rally comes in. Gaga getting absolutely rolled. Oh, no shield, though, available for MCD, as that Tesla Cannon was just going straight through it. MCD and Bliss now dead to Jimmy. 59 meters,
Jimmy's
though,
kind
for
of
Dallas
going
Field.
crazy on this Tracer right now. He's everywhere. His pulse bombs have found value. I don't know what his stick attach rate, because that didn't come as a stick, but I believe that's 4 pulse bomb kills, yeah, in this round, compared to Sparkle's 1. Like,
Yeah.
And these have been high-impact pulse bomb kills as well. He's been catching the backline consistently, and it's so big for the Guangzhou Charge. Bot does start coming back in their direction. Xerneas has the advantage of the rally. So if Edison does get up to this EMP, they will have the tools to deal with it.
There's that primal rage from Gaga. EMP coming for Eddie. Pretty easy spot here. You either one or the other. It looks like it's going to be far away, maybe. Or even just out in the middle. Yeah, just catch 2 people. Gaga and Xerneas. Xerneas able to get the rally off, but not before Gaga ends up going down. They're going to be able to get this kill. I mean, there's a pulse. Oh, good
So
stick
quick.
from Sparkle. Ends up going down at the hands of Harbin.
The speed in which Sparkle blink flicks his mouse.
Yeah,
is
his blink sticks
insane.
are crazy.
Like, you see some players and you can see the blink into the motion of the mouse, but it's one movement for Sparkle in the way that he throws. He just understands the distance and direction that he needs to go. Harbin gets hacked. He's taking a lot of damage.
It's probably a lot from playing Genji, honestly. Like with the dashes, like trying to dash away, get resets, etc. As EMP, very defensive on this time, ends up working out for a kill, at least one. Also his Doomfist too, although that wasn't really much of a flicking hero.
Yeah.
Or Genji. Minutes to go, Scott, by the way. Minutes to go. 12 meters.
Neither team has got the checkpoint. Harbin has just been having a bad day, and that's all on Jinmu. Jinmu's just EMPing him. Every time Harbin tries to go aggressively, he's getting hacked, he's getting EMP'd, he's just getting so much pressure on him that he can't even get the Primal Rage out. Another hack onto Harbin, just stopping him from moving forward. If you're Dallas Fuel, you don't feel like you need to take the initiative here. You don't want to go too far, but Edison taking out Farway, now they can take that initiative.
It's a big kill, 4 ults, almost 5. I mean, you're looking at 5 to finish this off. This ultimate economy, it just looks too strong. It just looks way too strong.
Yeah. If you're the Fuel, you're more than willing to like play reactively,
God,
activate.
guys.
With these staggers,
No, and the
they're going to get the checkpoint as well here, Jack, without even having to utilize any of these ultimates. So now it gets hard for the Charge. If it was difficult before, this is like Mount Everest of comebacks that they need to do.
Yeah, even with just like a single 0.01 meters apart from that, away from that checkpoint, I mean, the comeback potential now is just astronomically low. And I'm going to give it a percent. It's 0%. And there's the game. I called it. Dallas Fuel ended up taking that one 3-1, but not before, you know, the Charge had a little bit of show in there, a little bit of life on Route 66, handing to Dallas Fuel their second map loss. Which is insane. It's insane to say, but like it's insane that it's like that's what happened, you know. And then we're kind of talking about it, but ended up coming up big on Route 66, but unable to close out the rest of the series. Dallas Fuel still undefeated this half of the season.
If you just take Midtown out of your brain, let's all forget about it. As a collective,
Sure.
we're going to forget about Midtown. It didn't happen. This was a 2-1 win for Dallas Fuel. Don't ask questions. But it was a pretty close series. There was at least some back and forth, especially on Colosseo, some on Ilios Ruins, but there's signs of life there for the Guangzhou Charge. Things to look forward to if you are a fan, but talking about fans, Dallas Fuel, you guys are in a good position. That's 6-0, I believe now. I think it's 6-0 with this win. Dallas Fuel are looking back in form in a big way, and that's great to see because these players should be able to live up to that expectation. And what are they going to be able to accomplish in the rest of the season?
Well, it looks like Steady Eddie is going to be our player of the match for this one. 6-0, and yeah, Midtown plays. You don't want to forget it. Eddie's not going to forget that one. I think Dallas Fuel fans will leave a lot of good Hanzo play from us in this series, and just great player overall. Honestly, it was pretty hard to talk about player of the match for this series, even after Route 66, just because it wasn't on every map that wasn't Route. Like, it wasn't really that. Well, actually, no, Colosseo. I tell a lie. First two maps weren't that close. Second two were a lot closer, but Edison, he's just cool, calm, collected, and consistent.
Yeah, he just did exactly what was required of him. And him being able to switch over to this Tracer to enable Sparkle to play the Echo has been such a big pickup. Like, a lot of us were questioning, can Edison still play Tracer? We knew how great of a Tracer he was back in 2020, all the way back in GC Busan, as you said, but that was 3 years ago, and Tracer players have hit a ridiculously new peak. And Edison, though, from just the eye test that we saw here on Ilios, it looked pretty good. So if they can keep utilizing that and he can keep playing the Sombra to this degree and just ruining Gaga like that, then that's a big thing.
Yeah. Woo. Sicky MPs too. Steady Eddie. Doing pretty good. Dallas Fuel, I mean, they are a force to be reckoned with. And regardless of them losing the championship winning backline, I mean, MCD in this, not looking too shabby themselves. And it really does feel like this team can contend. Well, they can contend with anybody in the Eastern region right now. But, I mean, put them up against some of the Western teams, I think they would give it a fair crack as well.
The one thing that I am still holding my reservations about Dallas Fuel, which might not even matter as we go into the new patch, is that we don't really see Dallas Fuel, at least in this stage, having to play anything else. We haven't seen them play the Ramatra Rush. We haven't seen how they deal with those kinds of threats. Right now, they're just sort of beating everyone by playing the Winston dive composition. So that's not an issue right now, but a question that needs to be answered in the future.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that patch will really kind of cement them one way or the other.
If it ends up a Reaper meta and they win again, bro, I don't know what's going on. Edison's just licking his lips. Like, oh yeah, let's go back.
Please. Sounds like there's going to be an interview though, so we're going to hand it over to Unknown and he can give us the breakdown.
안녕하세요, 한빈 선수.
안녕하세요.
Hello, Hanbin.
승률 100%로 6연승을 이어갑니다. 승리 소감 어떠신가요?
Undefeated in 6 matches so far. How do you feel?
오늘 경기력이 썩 좋지 않았어가지고 진짜 아쉽긴 한데 그래도 전승이니까.
I don't think we did terribly well today, so I'm a little bit disappointed, but a win's a win, and I'll take it.
말씀도 하셨는데 말씀드린 6승 중에서요 2경기를 제외하고 모두 다 3대 0으로 이기셨습니다. 말씀은 조금 아쉽다고 하셨는데 이렇게 압도적인
You
경기력의
only
비결이
dropped 2
뭘까요?
maps this entire summer stage, and can you elaborate on that a little bit?
그냥 다 같이 뭔가 좀 열심히 해서 그냥 스트림할 때도 열심히 하고 뭐 피드백도 열심히 해가지고.
I think everyone on the team is really working hard. Of course, spring was a little of a big disappointment. And then we're working hard in scrims, we're working hard on matches, we're also doing a lot of feedback. I think that's showing now.
1세트를 내주셨잖아요. 그때 혹시 어떤 피드백이 오갔을까요?
So how are the comms like after dropping Route
조금 더
66?
자신 있게 좀 하자, 자신 있게 그냥 할 거 하면서 더 세게 하자. 저희는 항상 어떻게
I think it was more of us playing bad rather than them playing good. So we just were like, hey, let's just do what we do best, like what we do well. Let's focus on our
약간
strengths
따끈한
and we can close it out.
회초리보다는 서로 동요하는 그런 모습이었군요.
네네.
아 그렇습니다. 굉장히 서머 시즌 순항하는 모습을 보이고 있는 댈러스 퓨얼입니다. 이러면은 댈러스 퓨얼 팬들 입장에서는 이러다가 정말 그랜드 파이널
So you're on
진출까지 하는
a
게 아닌가라는
really
기대를 할 수도 있을 것
long
같은데
winning streak here.
어떠신가요?
Can we expect Fuel to make it all the way to the grand finals?
전 시즌에 그랜드 파이널 우승했으니까 그거에 또 걸맞게 또 열심히
I
해보겠습니다.
mean, don't forget,
네,
we are the
그러면은
defending champions,
누구보다 댈러스의
so
그랜드 파이널
the
진출을 원하는
expectation
우리
is
팬분들께
definitely for
마지막으로
us to be at
한마디 해주시죠.
least showing up at the grand finals.
이미 저희는 그랜드 파이널 무조건 갈 거니까 뭐 티켓 예약하실 거 하시고.
So, any messages to the fans? I mean, we are going to the grand finals, so book your ticket, fans.
감사합니다.
And that's the end of the interview. Back to you, Jack.
인터뷰 나눠봤습니다.
Thank you very much, Unknown. And yeah, there you go. Feeling pretty good, and you would be too. You're still undefeated. So, I mean, you're just hoping this meta doesn't change all too much coming in this next patch. But hey, Scott, gonna be honest with you, it's probably gonna be a big one, especially with the new hero coming out soon. But that's gonna be it for us this evening. Gonna hand it off after this break to Harry and Avril to round out the day. Another couple of matches coming up after this. So yeah, we'll see you later. Have a good time, and yeah, peace out.
Bye.